Hello everyone, welcome to Thought Soup. This is episode number 10, and today I'm going to talk about anxiety. So last week we talked about depression and how that was related to the past. Today we're going to talk about anxiety and how that relates to the future. So we have the past and we have the future. So anxiety is very, very common today in our modern societies, and it stems from fear of what is about to come, what's going to happen tomorrow, the next day, in a month, in a year, in 5 minutes. But it's always, anxiety is always about something that's about to happen, obviously. So since we're a very fearful species, humans are extremely afraid. We're afraid of anything, really. We're afraid of the dark. We cut down forests. We're afraid of the trees. And we're just afraid of each other, afraid of the unknown, afraid of aliens. We're just afraid of anything, really. And that's because we've always been in the middle of the food chain as animals. And that fear had a purpose. It kept us alive from, for example, a saber-toothed tiger or lion, and all the monsters that were haunting our lands. Today we're the apex predator. We're on top of the food chain, but we still have this fear anchored deep in our DNA. And so this fear, being an emotion that's very natural to us, expresses itself in different ways. Anxiety is one of them. So we're afraid of the future. What will I become? What will happen politically? What will happen to my children? What will happen to my contract I'm supposed to sign, etc., etc. So the symptoms vary on the basis of the gravity or the force of the anxiety. So if I'm just a little bit anxious, I might just be a little bit worried and I'll be a little bit preoccupied. If I'm very anxious, I may even get an anxiety attack. I'm going to get attacked by anxiety, which is funny on some level. It's not funny when it happens to somebody, of course, but there is some humor to it. So when I'm being attacked by anxiety, I may get elevated heart rate. I may start to sweat. I may start to not be able to breathe, not be able to sleep. The symptoms are varied and multiple, and we're all aware of them. So is there anything that we could do for that? Well, it's surprisingly, it's always the same. It's the same recipe, meaning that when we observe, so here I'm talking about awareness, when we observe the anxiety, we can be aware that it's a thought or more thoughts that are generating that anxiety. So when I'm thinking about the contract of next week, or I'm thinking about whatever, the plane may crash, whatever the thought may be, when I'm aware of it, I'm able to, well, for one thing, to see it, which is awareness, which is pretty good because a lot of people are just not aware. They just get this anxiety attacks and they're overwhelmed and they don't know what's going on. So the first step, as always, same old recipe, is being aware. So you have to see that process, that thought that arises. When that happens, we're able to maybe analyze it. Analyze the thought. Is it true? Is it inevitable that this or this will happen as I'm thinking? Is it because it happened in the past that it will happen again? Ask yourselves those questions. And when you start asking those questions, the rational mind slowly starts taking over. And so we can rationally start maybe undermining those thoughts, undermining the fear that rises? Because we're asking questions. Well, are you sure this is going to happen? And then if you're honest, it's like, no. And when the answer is no, so then the fear diminishes somewhat. So it's the same recipe for virtually everything. We have to be aware. You have to see what's going on. Otherwise, you're just in the flow of fear and anxiety, and it doesn't go away. If that makes sense. So then when you start analyzing it, you create a distance between yourself and the thought. So you're not the thought anymore. It's not all one big mess. It's like, hang on a minute. What's this thought? And then that creates distance. So with distance, you can maybe have a little bit of control. A little bit. And with those questions, with that distance, with that awareness, it brings you back where? To the present, to right now. What's going on right now? Is the danger I'm anticipating here now? No. Okay. Am I sure it's going to be coming? No, I'm not. Or yes, I am. Whatever the case may be. But this process of analyzing makes it so that it brings you back to the present moment. And in the present, in the instant, there is no fear. Never. It cannot exist. Meaning that if I'm fearful, fear arrives, I start running and I'm running. Okay? But I don't linger in fear. I don't linger in that emotion, in that anxiety. Because I'm in the moment and I'm running for my life. So in the instant, there's no fear. It cannot live in that, in whatever it is you're doing, because you're fully absorbed in the moment. So I think that's the best thing one can do, is just be aware. As I was saying in my past videos, it's always the same thing, actually. It's pretty boring. There's no magic trick. Sure, one can go to a psychologist and do all kinds of therapies, but in the end, it really comes down to being aware, bringing yourself back to the present, and understanding that whatever it is you're imagining, it is imagination. It's the future. Okay? Memory is the past. So in order to be depressed, I need to remember. In order to be anxious, I need to imagine. So it's the future. In the present, the future is not here yet. The past is gone. And we can maybe be peaceful. Just be, right now everything's okay. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't anticipate an eventual problem and be ready for it. Of course not. You can anticipate a problem. Say, okay, I think based on the past, this is probably going to happen again, or this will happen. What can I do to be prepared? Now, that's not anxiety. That's just using your brain and all its capacities to anticipate in a positive way. All right? So what can I do? Oh, I can do A, B, C, and D to be prepared. Okay, great. You're prepared for the eventuality and you are relaxed in the moment. If the problem arises, you're prepared for it. You'll try A, you'll try B, you'll try C, you'll try D, whatever works. And if none of that works, well, in the moment you will try to find some other solution. That's it. No more, no less. So this is a short video because it is straightforward. It's not easy. I don't mean when I say this, I don't mean to say that it's easy by any means, but it is simple. Simple being the contrary of complex. It's not complicated, it's simple. So break the habit of your thought patterns about the future. Be aware of them and just start resting in the moment. Prepare a plan if you need to for the future. There's a mosquito here. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's useful. Again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to write them down. I will respond to them. It's quite easy at this stage because I'm just starting out, so there's virtually no views, but that's wonderful anyway. It's a pleasure to make these videos, and hopefully somebody will get some use out of it. It's out there. So I will see you next week, and as it is my habit, I will tell you what the topic will be next week, but I don't remember it, so hang on 1 second. So next week I'll be talking about our belief systems. Generally, how do we believe what we believe? Whatever the belief may be, religious, political, doesn't matter. I'll just explore that a little bit with you guys and see where that brings us. Have a great week, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye.